Hello there, everybody. Welcome back to another Topical Tuesday. Whoa, what is Topical Tuesday? Well, if you somehow don't know, first of all, how the hell did you get here? I don't know how my channel gets recommended to people anymore, because I just kind of post whatever the hell I want. But basically, we take a look at the Lost Ark subreddit over the last week, and we just kind of see what people have been talking about, and then you kind of hear me sit here and yap, and some people like that. And if you're somebody who wants that, then stick around. And if you're not, then no worries. I have a bunch of other videos that may or may not be marginally better than this, depending on what you consider better. I don't know, man. But if you are sticking around, make sure you like the video or dislike it. Just engage, please. Engagement. And also subscribe. Subscribing doesn't really do anything. It just makes the number go up, which means I'm a better person. Smiley face? Basically, though, I do want to hit 10K eventually. When I hit 10K, I don't know, maybe I'll just quit doing YouTube altogether. Look. Probably not, but you know how it is, man. Let me just open up some fucking threads here. Oh yeah, the Kazeros first mode, I think, is what this is. Right? Yeah. They had their, like, little competition going on. Well, let's open up some of this stuff. I think let's start here, and we'll also open that because this seems divisive, and we always love a good divisive thread here. Because if we ain't complaining, then we ain't living, fellas. Am I right? Who's with me? Basically, though, this thread, congratulations to No Dolly and his team for the top 10 finish after keeping the stream live for all of us, my true winners. Basically, I think this was the 10th clear. Yeah, the 10th clear. The 10th clear, and there's only 10, like, leaderboard clears for this stuff. Yeah, I mean, there's not much going on here. It's just, it's cool. If you're into it, you're into it, you know? Blast from the past. Found some old screenshots. Me and my friend's Discord figured some of the people who have been around from the start would enjoy these, from Cackle to old MVP screen to gold sellers, and my personal favorite, the Infinite Chaos Dungeon currency. I love this drawing. Yeah, that's what MVP used to look like. You right. I used to see this shit all the time. Oh, Mari. Shout out Mari. That's my server, baby. Rest in peace, Mari. I'll miss you. Yep, that's Chaos Dungeon currency. Oh, yeah, the Wandering Merchant stuff. Love that, dude. I love shit like this. Oh, yeah, the 300 gold blue crystals. I mean, this was expensive as shit back then. Like, it seems super cheap, but god damn. Oh, yeah, the stuff, the queue timers. Oop, Mari spotted. Mari shout out. Mari best server. LostArk2022.com cheap gold. Ooh, little 3100 from a Chaos Dungeon skin chest. Hell yeah, bro. Blue crystals 326 gold. Yeah, that's good shit. Q system gave him PTSD. Remember you bought an auto clicker USB to prevent your character from going AFK in the stronghold. That's crazy. You know, for all the shit going on, I'd never did any shit. I just didn't do that shit. If I logged out, I logged out, man. That's just how it went. It's okay. You'd have to start logging in 1 to 2 hours before you wanted to play. Yep, that's what I would do if I got logged out. Or had to log out for, like, bed or whatever. You just relog, and that's how she goes. The world chat gold seller spam, don't miss that at all, yeah. Special material to perform awakening. Look, the awakening shards weren't that long ago, right? Like, I mean, I guess they were at this point. I guess it's probably like 2 years that they've been out of the game, huh? It's kind of crazy. Massive groups of people doing world bosses, islands being full, missed the game not being a lobby simulator. Yeah, like I said, I always say this though about games, especially games like this, where a lot of the world feels so alive and it just feels so so just it's hard to find the right word to encapsulate how like a game's launch kind of goes. Not it's unique to basically the launch of any new title. It's just the experience is unlike anything you will ever find outside of a game's launch. And it's not necessarily like better or worse or like a drag on the game itself. It's just when everybody starts from zero with very similar standings and very similar amounts of knowledge and just experiences things for what they are and the game for what it is as it comes, and everyone's like roughly the same, it's just, it can't be replicated, right? And that's why I always tell people, like, for example, when Classic MapleStory was announced, like, me personally, I'm not super, like, excited for Classic MapleStory, but I'm 100% gonna jump on that bitch for the launch, because the launch of that game, even though it's not, like, a true, like, new game launch, the launch will be unique, and it will be such a unique and worth experience. That's really what I can describe it as, is just an experience. And it's just so cool. 950 for 101 gold each, that's crazy. 101 gold for 950 blue crystals when one leapstone was 900G. Yeah. If you knew what you were doing at the start of Lost Ark, you could have farmed so much stuff, you'd still be living off that stuff to this day. This is what I mean, though. The fact that very few people had any idea what they were doing is what made the experience, right? I'm not saying that everyone is completely clueless, but I'm saying that everyone's knowledge is so close together and the expectations aren't there because nobody really knows what the hell they're doing. Quit playing during Clown Raid release. The game just asked too much for me as a casual player. I played MMOs to relax, and Lost Ark raid culture, aid culture, I think he means raid culture, puts the contrary to that. Still have fond memories of the game in my guild, but I really wish I would have taken another path for gear progression, even if they were weaker than the raid ones. Anyways, cheers. Love that. Yeah, I mean, there's just nothing else to do aside from raids. It's just, I've also said this since like day one, it just kind of sucks. Because you need casual players to keep a game alive. At least in the sense of, like, thriving. Not necessarily to, like, play a game. You know what I mean. I hope you know what I mean. And if you don't know what I mean, I feel like you're probably just being bad faith intentionally. I can't help but admire the 10th clear by No Dolly's team. Against so many odds, their clear was the most satisfying and dramatic clear by far. This is a bit wordy, but building up to what happened with this group, I felt it's such a great story. I wanted to write what I know about the group up to this point. This is good for me, because I don't know shit. Number 1. No Dolly's group was kept alive by Porsche with the remaining members from all streamer parties, the Mountaineering Club, that disbanded after Act 3. Myung-hoon, Blade, and Chohong, Artist, both quit shortly after and announced they won't participate in the Kazeros raid, leaving only No Dolly and Porsche. They found members eventually and named the party whatever the fuck that means, short for Lost Ark Never Die, half-jokingly because more than half of the group quit but wanted to keep the group alive. As the Kazeros first race started, they progressed through Gate 1 and Gate 2, respectable pace compared to other groups. At one point, they also reached Gate 2-3, while there was no first clear. Towards the end, Blade and Glavier kept making mistakes at 2-3. Bard was so frustrated and cried one night because they were so close but could not clear. Powder Snow, who cleared the third, came as the 9th man to help shot calling. Later, the Bard showed more frustration because the Blade and Glavier did not improve. Porsche called the Bard out because the Bard also died a lot. The interaction was very hostile and they ended up going offline. They got it together privately, decided to try more offline. During their offline tries, 7, 8, 9 clears happened in the span of 17 minutes. God damn. This made the group become even more stressed to make it to the last place, because there's only 10 slots in TFM. The Paladin and Bard are both college students, so school is soon to start after this weekend. This was effectively their final day. Many groups popped up showing their progress going into 2-3, including Silo, who had great pull almost clear. At around 6 a.m. on September 1st, Korea time, they finally clutched last place with the first ever hidden sidereal that no one ever showed, which was tied to the achievement named Friend. This honestly brought tears to my eyes, how dramatic their clear was. I keep rewatching the moment they cleared, and I can't help myself being happy that their efforts did come to fruition. Lost Ark Never Die may have been created as a meme, but seeing that name as the last seat in the race felt so special. Thank you for everyone in that group for this insane cinema and entertainment. Well, that's cute. I'm glad that it was entertaining, I suppose. Fuck it, man. That sounds lit. The power of the last try. The fact they were always pretty much streaming is number one in my book. When are we getting the Netflix adaptation? I didn't follow any of the clears as I don't have time, so I truly appreciate narrating the events. Seeing the team grind through Kazeros like that made me happy and low-key emotional. Respect for the team that managed to get in the top 10, but Team No Dolly and Porsche really well deserved. Yeah, I mean, it's cool. 100%. I think shit like this is always cool. It's like little snippets of time in a game's history that really won't be remembered outside of, like, a very few specific, like, instances. And will soon be forgotten, much like Theomine the first mode. Nobody remembers shit about that. I sure as fuck don't, and I was there, and I was, like, heavily into it. But I still think, like, history in a game is very cool. Do I necessarily think that the first mode is the greatest way to be doing it? Probably not, but hey. I think it's probably better for it to exist than not exist. Kazeros, the first mode top 10. This is just like the leaderboard. So you have the first, you have your comps here. Looks like a lot of Glaviers, huh? A lot of Glaviers. Glavier. Glavier. No Glavier. Glavier. Bum, 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 bum. Every group has a Glavier except one. Oh, the 7th doesn't have it either. Or the 8th. Okay. No more Glaviers. Let's go. No more. I don't know. Interesting. I mean, none of this means anything to me, truthfully. I just think it's interesting to see. But that's sort of the table if you have seen it. Need that Pistolier POV in the 7th clear. Damn, is that guy Pistolier? I believe. I went through all the links, and this is the DPS sorted from highest to lowest. Damn, this is cool. 449 is the highest, with a BT Berserker. That's crazy. Pinnacle Glavier was right below it, though. So, kind of see why people are picking Glavier, I guess. Bam, 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 bam. Good old robust Soulfist, just kind of chilling in the middle. That's how she goes. Evolution is funny. I don't know, it's interesting. Then the final thread that I have opened and I will be yapping about today is what is even the point of raid races in our region final act. I can already see Western players in KR Prog lobbies practicing for the upcoming raid race. Most people say this race was not speed hacked, still practiced for a month, released 7 months later for us, and RMT'd for it. None of the titles got revoked, nor are the people banned. Can we just not have the race, because nothing about it will be fun or legitimate? Because AGS being serious about keeping the race legitimate is a meme at this point. For Smilegate/AGS, it's simply another event to fill the content schedule. Obviously, there isn't any merit when it's just a rehearsal speedrun and not a true blind run. Yeah, that's kind of what I mean when I say it's probably not the best way to do stuff like this for us, but I still think it's probably better to have it than not have it. Because if we didn't have it, then we would just have nothing. And then obviously, I think this comment has it kind of spot on as well. Purpose of the first mode raid is milking Giga Whales. Doesn't matter if it's blind in Korea or Reclair in West. Just need something to get some extra tens of thousands of dollars. This is also very true. And that's kind of also what I mean when I say I'm not sure if the first mode is like the best way to like have an event kind of like this, but it's like it's what they've decided to do and it's what they're going to continue doing. So I don't know, man. I don't know. It is what it is. Like most things in games, if you don't find a point in it, you don't have to participate. Those who like it can or can watch. I mean, this is true on like a one-to-one basis. But I think being able to have an opinion on something and voice an opinion and like have like constructive ways to criticize things is kind of how you improve and iterate upon things. So there's definitely truth in this, but there's also like reason to have like a discussion about stuff, you know? Because then you would just never have a discussion about anything, because your response to anything that anyone would ever say would be, well, if you don't like it, don't deal with it. You know what I mean? And that's not really a solution. Anyways, that's my opinion. I'll stop yapping. Thanks for hanging out with me, you guys. I'll see you guys all in the next one. As always, like the video if you like it, subscribe, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Bye! Thank you to my YouTube members, It's in your Diz, Remix My Life, I'm Nufu. Mwah. Bye!